Wow. Hey, that's all I got. I mean, this is insane. I haven't posted a video in a little while. It's because I've been busy. It's not that I don't care. I've been busy. I've been doing a lot of things. I was posting videos even when I was doing things because they were all pre-scheduled. I had about 3 weeks out of videos that just kept popping up for you. And about the beginning of March, I knew this thing was going to get serious and it was going to get bad. Now, did I know it was going to get this bad? No. But I started getting really ready at the beginning, the first 2 weeks of March. And in the beginning of February, I had some stock in a couple different companies. I sold it, parked it all in my money market, waiting for this kind of thing. I thought there was going to be a dip. I didn't think it would be quite like it is. Now it's kind of too late. Most things have gone down quite a bit. If you haven't heard, Warren Buffett's buying up stock. So it's kind of crazy though. Like, we'll see how this goes, you know. I mean, this one hell of a thing going on. I don't know if there's something bigger or smaller or if this is really that bad. I don't know. I'm not that kind of expert, but I do know it's nice to be prepared. And this is a good life lesson for everybody that's watching this. If you're ever going to have a business, you're ever going to go out and do something, you know, have 3 to 4 months emergency fund. Have 3 to 4 months worth of some MREs and that built up in a stockpile, you know. In our state, we can own firearms, which is pretty handy. Not that I think it's going to come to that. I think people are kind of getting excessive now. And like the toilet paper, I mean, that's crazy, guys. Toilet paper. I mean, if you're a prepper or you're a survivalist, toilet paper and bottled water are the last 2 things on your list. The reason is because you can get water damn near anywhere, and food is your main priority because you can go 30 days. I think it's 30 days without food, but you can't go a day without water. So I have a pond, as you saw in the video with the ducks there. I have a pond, so I've got plenty of water. I have a well. I'm not on city water, which is nice. I'm out in the country. That's a benefit. I don't think at this time they're going to ever cut power or utilities for anybody because they want everybody to stay happy. They've done a lot of things in our area. I'm in the Midwest. There's no late fees for your power and water won't get cut off. Your sewer won't get cut off. All that stuff's been suspended. They pushed tax date back to July 15th now. I think property taxes are going to get shoved way back, if not just completely like a mulligan. I keep thinking they're going to call a mulligan on stuff where they just say, you know what, this year you just don't owe property tax. You know, I think that's going to happen. I haven't seen it yet, but I really do think that's going to happen. I have rental property, and to give you a little advice of what I've done is I collected rent up till March, and then I told my tenants the other day I won't take April's rent. So they're basically going to live for free in that house or apartment building for free in the month of April, because a lot of them have jobs where they're getting laid off. Some aren't getting laid off, but some of their income's shrinking down, and I'm trying to get their stress level to come down. Some of them have been tenants with me for a long time, so even before they got rid of the court system, in our area they suspended court proceedings way down. Like, you can't do evictions now, you can't do foreclosures, you can't do bankruptcies, you can't do any of that stuff, which is nice. That's a great thing. Because there's some people that are so greedy they would kick people out of apartments if they could. Now that would I know, because I know how it is. So I've always had my properties where my income is good enough that I have a reserve, and so I'm not too worried about that. But that's some of the things I've done lately. So I got my tenants at ease for that issue. My laundromats, I keep thinking every day the laundromats are going to be closed. They're going to close my laundromats. We're on a lockdown now here and where I'm at. And every time I turn around, essential, laundromats. I don't even want to go to laundromats at this point. Not that I don't like my customers, it's just I don't want to get sick and I don't want to pass it. I have a couple family members that are older I could pass it to. So it sucks. It's like, I kind of want to get over it, you know, so I'm not so afraid of giving it to a relative. That's really what I'm afraid of right now. So they're still open though, and laundromats have picked up, which is kind of crazy. My income's actually going up, so I don't know how that works, but at some point that'll come back down, because a lot of my customers are the food service industry, are the people working at stores and stuff that aren't critical, so they won't have income, and I know that going forward. Also in February, one thing I did, at the beginning of March actually, the first week of March, I went and talked to my bank. Every business owner hopefully builds up a reserve so you can make payments in case your business kind of goes wonky, because businesses go up and down all the time. It's called the business cycle, it's just the way it is. So I went and talked to my bank the first week of March, the banker, the actual owner of the bank, and they own like 9 branches or whatever. And I said, hey, I need to talk to you about if this all gets locked down and we don't have any customers, you know, I can do 2 months of payments, but after that, you know, I'm going to be dipping into a lot of savings to try to do it, and I don't want to deplete my savings if I need that money to survive on to get through this thing. And they basically said to me in kind of a laughing way, he was kind of laughing when he said, Keenan, this isn't going to happen, and even if it does happen, we'll do a 90-day forbearance. We'll push your loans back 90 days. I'm like, okay, cool, that'd help. And he goes, if it's going to go 12 to 18 months, what we'll do is we'll restructure the loans so they're really long. I mean, he's like 30, 40-year loans. We'll do interest only, and then have your payments down to like where they're bare nothing, you can afford them. Okay. And so at the time he said, but this won't happen, just calm down. Well, when they closed the bank lobbies the other day, I think he started to realize there is a very real possibility they're going to have to do this. So the nice thing is everybody is in the same boat. So, you know, my house, I own outright. My farm ground, I own outright. I own a couple rental properties outright. Laundromats, I have very small loans on them anymore, which is nice. So that gives me a lot of comfort. I have a lot of resources. I have a lot of equity at my disposal that I can tap into. I can do different things. But it was funny to see the banker kind of laugh at me and the teller, because I was depositing money that same day and the teller was just laughing at me like this would never happen. Well, today, you know, 3 weeks later, today I had to drop off money at the bank, and I've changed my habits. I go real early in the morning because I don't want to be out with a lot of people around, because everybody's so nervous. They're like racing to the store, they're racing to the gun store, they're racing to this. So I'm trying to take myself out of that element, because that's when stupid stuff happens. People get in car accidents, people, you know, get mad at each other, you know, just the tension. A lot of people are really stressed out right now, and you have to understand that. And this has never happened in most people's lifetime. This kind of situation's never happened. So you got to kind of remember, it's not that they're bad people, it's just they're not used to dealing with this, and maybe they don't have the tools or the resources to deal with this. So it's going to be interesting the next few months. I think it's going to take a while for us to come back out of this, and I think it's going to be like the Great Depression, even though it's not going to be a depression. I think it's going to be stagflation. Stagflation is a deep recession, and so I think that's what we're going into. When we do come back out of this and stores open up and people start to buy, people are going to come out of this one of 2 ways. They're either going to be very cautious of what they buy and what they get, or they're just going to go bananas. And so I think you're going to see a lot of people, their mindset's going to change coming out of this, like, hey, I'm not going to buy that. I really don't. That a need and a want. They're going to start to figure out what really they need and what's a want. And they can't afford the want, so why put it on payments on time? And so we'll see. Because I think coming out of this, then the banks, when they do get serious, and the credit card companies, they're going to want their money at some point. They're not going to be able to play this game forever. So I think that's going to be kind of interesting. The people that have boat payments and ski-doos and four-wheelers they don't need, those things, if they can't afford them, are going to start to go like that. And I think that's going to be kind of interesting on the backside of this. So, but it was funny that my banker laughed at me, and now he's not laughing. So, but yeah, we're on lockdown, so I still got to go to the laundromats. Ironically, my job is essential too. I actually work in the government, so I can tell you that much. So I still have to go to work, which will be interesting. So it is interesting where I work. A lot of people have just now realized, since this lockdown has started, it's been in waves, if you've noticed. And what's happened is people start to come to realizations that it's not going to be every day like it used to be. They get shell-shocked. And so the other day when this started to really get real, the people that have been holding on to this hope that tomorrow everything will change started to set in and realize we're in this for a while, folks, and we are. And so they started to kind of lose it a little bit, because it's not what they learned. It's not what they understood in life. So it's kind of sad to see that, but at the same time, it's good that they're waking up. I think coming on the backside of this, we're going to be a stronger country. We're going to have a lot more individuals that are more well in tune with how they need to run their life instead of being worried about people hating on them or hating on people or being trolls and that kind of stuff in life. There's going to be more important things in life, and I think families are going to come together better. I think you're going to see people get a lot of religion going on. Everybody's saying, hey, be careful, you know, God bless you and all that stuff. You're going to start to see that pop up more. People are going to start reaching for that, and it's going to be kind of interesting. I hope coming out of it, people don't forget all this and just throw it away, you know, but we'll see. But I've always been the way I am, and I'm not going to change anything. I am watching what I do. I am watching, you know, I'm courteous just like I always have been, and just try to make sure I don't set anybody off, because you just never know. So going forward, you're going to still see some laundromat videos. They're going to be in the lockdown phase videos, which will be interesting. I probably won't do any change out videos just because I really don't want to show money at this point. I don't think that would be very positive. I'm going to show doing some repairs, not at the laundromats, but more of my equipment at home. Like I said, I've kind of stopped all the repairs at the laundromat. I just want to do the essential stuff I need to do, because I don't know if I need to wait this out for the next couple of years or a year or 6 months. Nobody knows. So it's kind of a day-by-day thing, kind of planning out where we're going to go here. So I know a lot of YouTubers, their channels have changed a little bit. Their content's coming out a little different. It's because they're starting to hit in these realities of what's really going on. So it's going to get pretty interesting. And the only thing I could say is, you know, everybody out there, just, you know, be safe. You know, look out for your neighbors. Talk to your neighbors. You know, talk to your family. Make sure you're talking to them once in a while, especially in this time where people get pretty lonely. You know, just don't forget that we're all in this together. You know, don't get goofy. Don't worry about the end of the world. That's not happening. But, you know, we all got to stick together, and we're all in this together. So if you haven't done so already and you like these videos, not that this is a great video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Hey, leave a comment. Tell me how it's going in your area. Or tell me something you want to see or something, you know, you're interested in. Take it easy and be careful, and God bless everybody out there.